All right. Wow, I got that in my face. Heading over to Rumble real quick. Get Grumble on the way here. How's it going? Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Whenever one human may be seeing this. I am just checking everything. Everything is going right now. Okay. Let's see. Just curiosity. Mute. How's it going? All right. I am working. Just wanted to make sure. It's been a while. My voice is still not back all the way. So I'm going to be talking a little quieter than normal and try to stay a little less animated. I caught a quick moving sudden version of scurvy of some type. I went from a super insane headache with my neck feeling like somebody stomped on it. That hit sudden. Within an hour, I just felt horrid, and then it settled into my throat and chest. So, forgive me if I'm not still there, and I couldn't even barely talk for days. Now, the bad thing is I'm getting over this, and my wife catches something from a coworker, and hers is fully in her sinuses and her chest. So she's really not feeling good either. So, yeehaw. I am actually mostly living downstairs right now because I didn't want to give her this, which I didn't. And she doesn't want to give me that, which I really don't need. So, yay. That Mexican president needs to be next. Wow, coming right in. Hey, son kid. Joel, what's up? Rad. We sat down for dinner. Ooh, lasagna. Caught a ninja cold. Dude, I caught some type of horrible Somali scurvy or something, dude. It was just hit me fast. And then I'm going to blame the hockey game I went to with my cousins because one of my cousins ended up getting a stomach virus and felt crappy after that night. I ended up with this, and then my wife, I'm going to say she ended up with that. But we'll see. She says coworker. How you doing, Rad? Scurvy, citrus fruit is a trick for that. Well, I call a lot of illnesses scurvy. Caught some kind of scurvy. I'm going to say Somalian scurvy right now since they're so popular. And as you can see, my voice is still kind of iffy. Let me check on Rumble real quick. I wasn't having an issue before. Seems to be now. Okay, it's going. That was weird. I had a problem with Rumble. I went to go my live stream, and suddenly they said internal server error, and it never gave me my streamer configuration. If you ever streamed, you know that's bad. Send Somalians to Canada. Yeah. Oh, boy. Here, let's start off light tonight. Kinda light. You guys see this crap? This nutcase dingus here... hammer-wielding man for trying to break into J.D. Vance's Ohio home. And this isn't a home the Vances don't use, guys. They had just been there. They'd already headed back to Washington, D.C. Dude. And I'm going to start off, yes, this guy's a lunatic. We think he's a guy. The crazy eyes and all. But what the absolute crap. Sorry, I am having a camera issue. Hang on here. I'm going to have to go over and make it shrink manually. Ha! Get off my screen. Hotkey was not working unless I flipped over there. Okay. Shoot, Shay. If my voice goes, I'm going to apologize. So, but let's start off with this just quickly. 30s bust hammered and wielding man for trying to break into J.D. Vance's Ohio home. Yeah, we got the crazy face, all this stuff. My problem is, this lunatic also vandalized a Secret Service a vehicle. Sorry. And I'm going to start out just asking what the colorful F, sorry, was the Secret Service not doing their job? This doofus was able to damage their vehicle and get up to J.D. Vance's house and beat the crap out of at least like 4 windows with a hammer. And I think he got away or something. I can't remember exactly how they caught him. But yeah, they went after him later. They caught him on the way out or something. I'm trying. Sorry, guys. I thought I was a little better off than this. But as soon as I go live, then it's a different way you talk doing this. I'm going to try to quiet myself a little here. William Dufour. Dufour? I'm going to have to get up and get more drink. I can tell. That's what's going to keep me going. 26. Charged after trying to break into President J.D. Vance's Ohio home. He's using a hammer to break the windows. And you can see some of the damage here. Here, I'll back up. I mean, what was this guy? How was this doofus able to get past Secret Service? Sorry, I'm trying not to cuss because my voice wasn't doing this until I come live. So there's my scurvy. Good grief. All right. I'm going to have to get up and get a drink in a second. But no, this is God forsaken. Sorry, I'm trying not to be pissed off because my voice has been okay the last couple hours. As soon as I come on. Okay. But yeah, look at the holes he punched in these windows. I mean, what were these idiots doing? They weren't doing their job. They were not doing their job at all. What is with the Secret Service? Let multiple shots get taken at Trump. Other multiple attempts that almost happened. It seems like the Secret Service just can't get out of their own damn way. Maybe that's where Dan Bongino should have gone. The Secret Service. Not FBI. By the way, today Dan Bongino left officially. Going to give himself a little break with his family and then come back in to his radio show sometime or make an announcement when he's going to come back. Now, they're saying this goofy kid, at least earlier, I do like this. I don't know. It just... Sorry, this is really becoming annoying. Some are saying this kid is trans ideology. Hang on, real quick. Good God. Jesus. All right. Well, we'll see. We'll see how long that holds up. Whew. Sorry about that. Okay. Now, I didn't have it come up here, but I did hear they were saying maybe trans ideology here. And I don't know if anybody else here has heard, but if that is been traced down yet or not. If he is or not, but dang. If so, I saw some pictures of this kid, a little goofy, and wanted to be referred to as something else, not, good grief, not William. But I'm just saying, what in the colorful F is he doing? Being able to get up to the building like this and vandalize a Secret Service vehicle. What the colorful F were these people doing? So, sorry, that's been really bugging me. Sounds French, possibly. He looks trans. Yeah, let me see. Willem Dafoe. There. Because I don't know. All right. Transgender ideology participant, 26-year-old Willem Dafoe from Kentucky, arrested for vandalism, blah, 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 blah. Face not home. This one says William is trans. Excuse me. And goes by Julia online. And is a Democrat donor and voter. No shit. Who didn't see that one coming? Always violence from the left. Always. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yep. There we go. There's the image. Julia Dufour. I hope you're going to get at least Dufour years in jail. How's that? Yeah. Ooh, Harris for president. How'd that work out? Harris for president. Dude, okay. I know I'm just a dumb, poor guy, whatever, in the Midwest, but where in the colorful F does a 26-year-old lefty, body-confused, mentally deranged individual get this type of money? Dude, Harris for president, $700. Harris for president, $1,300. Act Blue, well, surprise, $200. Harris Victory Fund. She got a refund on that one, $2,000. Harris for president, $2,000. Cincinnati Children's Hospital. So, is this where they were at donating this? Do they work there? I don't think this person should be around children. This person was around children? Yes, I'm going to say it. If you are like this, you should not be around children. You shouldn't be teaching kids. You shouldn't be doing anything where you are going to shape children or affect life decisions of them. I'm sorry, that's my belief. And I've said it before. I know personally, I did say 3 trans individuals. It's now down to 2.25. One of them, I told you, was upset they'd been pushed into the trans and feels trapped still to this day. Don't know what to do. They're going to try to maybe go back. I don't know. One has mostly gone back. That one is local, and I've talked to, and they weren't sure if they're fully going to make it back either to being normal. But they're also pissed off that they were fed into this crap. The other one, we just don't talk about politics. We have different beliefs, but I still try to think of that person as a friend, even with the stuff going on in them. But yeah, Act Blue, $200. Act Blue, $165. Harris Victory Fund, again. Holy crap. Harris for president, $3,300? What the absolute shite? This is craziness. I mean, you got what? 6, 9. You've got easily $11,000 here. Stupid. I cannot believe this. This nutty-eyed lunatic. Oh, there we go. That's one of them I thought I saw a picture of today when I was looking on my phone. Look at that. Yeah. What do you want to bet? This one here? If this is mom, I'm going to say she's part of the problem. Got that. All she's missing is this nose ring look. He looks trans. Well, obviously is. Yeah, hard to be certain. Well, here we go. Hope I got you certain. Sorry, guys. Like I said, I'm trying to keep going here. Cincinnati State Technical and Community College. Okay. So did we graduate and we're working at the hospital? Because that was the children's hospital for those donations where they're coming from. That makes scary. But yep, there you go. Okay. So looks like another one. So you know the media is going to really be trying to hide this part. Well, what's that have to do with anything? But hey, white people, bad. But it's funny how trans don't even count as white people. There's trans, the impeccable, untouchable, angel music peoples. Suddenly color goes away when you're trans. Have you noticed that? Suddenly they can stop hating on white people or stop picking on other things. Just trans. Trans erases it all. All right. I gave thousands. Yeah, $11,000 or so. Man, I'd like to know what this person I know does for a living. 26-year-old, blah, blah. Facebook also shows that Doe4 likes the group Heartland Trans Wellness. Have you ever heard the saying that the phrase military intelligence is an oxymoron? I don't know about you, but I'll say it. I'm sorry. Trans wellness is not, that's an oxymoron. It's no. That is a no. You are, no, that's an oxymoron, 100%. All right. But that's where we're going to start. Got to catch up with you guys. We are going to move on to little Venezuela Maduro. If you haven't, I recommend go watching Asmongold from today. He went over a couple videos of Trump talking on the airplane, taking a press conference. And his advisor, bald guy, I forgot his name. Jeez, sorry guys, I'm really not quite there yet. But another video there, go watch him. I love his reactions to it. I was actually going to do that long video of Trump on the plane until I saw Asmongold, but that's not really why I stopped, because I'm not sure I can make it through the whole thing and keep my voice. But I was going to do that. All right. Was it Secret Service or security? It's Secret Service. They said it was Secret Service and a Secret Service vehicle that were damaged. So what the colorful flip are they doing? They said it was Secret Service. Either way, it's absolutely, even if it's security, they suck. If it's Secret Service, what the shite? Secret Service, he should never have gotten anywhere near that house, let alone being able to damage their vehicle. That just says a lot. Jeez. They for sure leave skeleton crew at his house, reduces checks. Yeah, I know, but they know in this time when Trump has tried to be assassinated at least 3 times. We got all the attacks, the trans nuttiness going on, leftist violence everywhere. You got Charlie Kirk dead. You got all this going on. Even the Somali stuff going on. And nobody thinks that, come on, 1 or 2 guys can handle the whole thing. For the Vice President of the United States of America, sell me another one. I think they fudged up. Yeah, maybe they don't keep the full group there, but still, come on. What a load. It's a horrible job. The Vice President of the United States of America, come on. You think his house would be a little better protected than mine. I mean, somebody might get to my windows, but then they're going to have, well, probably 300 pounds of dog on them. Jeez. Doesn't Vance have a dog? If there's some little thing, I don't know. Maybe if you're a politician, don't have a little dog. At least Joe Biden got that right, even though he couldn't train his dogs. All right. He's probably getting a Medal of Honor scholarship. Praised by the left, yeah. Jesus. There we go. It's amazing how you get a little of that down there. Yeah, exactly. He's probably getting all the bonuses and freebies and loves, and you're so amazing. That's why, I'm sorry. I gotta stop saying that. I'm not sorry. I'm going to say my personal opinion is a lot of these people that do the trans stuff, it's for that reason right there. Just what Sun Kid said. Because they are getting all these accolades. They're fitting in. They're popular. A lot of these are people that are awkward socially, didn't fit in, didn't have a lot of friends, been awkward socially most of their lives, and are kind of weak-willed, not all of them, but some are weak-willed people who don't do well, haven't gone out and found their own clique, their own friends. They don't seem to feel the fit. They're looking for a thing, and that somehow came in and filled that void, gave them, look, I fit in, I'm cool. I've never been happier and done more stuff. Yeah, that's messed up. So yeah, you're probably right, son kid. But I think a lot of them are people that had problems, didn't fit in, and now they feel they do. And I'm worried that more and more of them, as more people are waking up to the trans stuff and how damaging it is, how mental these people really still are. Sorry, not all, fine. But most of them have huge underlying mental problems that this doesn't fix. It's not reducing the suicide rates. It's not reducing their violent rates. It's not reducing all the other problems and SSRIs and everything they're on. They're finding out this isn't fixing them. Detransitioning is becoming huge. So many people are angry they were talked into this crap. And yeah, I know you can say, well, nobody's going to talk me into it. My God. I agree with you. But once again, these are people that had problems. You can be steered, especially when you got people in authority, school teachers and principals and therapists and doctors and nurses going, hey, you know what? If you're a little girl and you play with G.I. Joes, you might actually be a boy. If you're a boy and you think the color chartreuse is good, oh, wait a minute, you liked Princess Leia in Star Wars? You're a girl. That messes with people who are susceptible. And that's a problem. I would like every doctor, nurse, therapist, teacher, you name it, parent that pushed this crap on people under 18. I want you all jailed and lose your jobs. That's stupid. What type of weak-willed, mentally ill people are these? For the parents, I'll say it right now, for them, especially for the women, that it's Munchausen's by proxy. They just found a new outlet for their Munchausens. I have a trans child. Hold up and look at me, and play the music to Lion King as they hold up their boy in a skirt. Ah, that's what it was. Look at me. Look what I did. I have a trans child. And you'll see people talk about that. It's Munchausen's. The kid has a daycare center for sure. Oh. Well, we know looking like that, he ain't working for the Somali daycares. Oh. You know what? Now we'll go to Venezuela. We'll get to the Somali daycares. Oh, unless you really want to go there. Probably leering into the windows. Yeah, leering is boy. Yeah. But hey, nobody in the government saw anything wrong there. Tell me you don't do on-site spot checks without telling me you don't do on-site spot checks. Way to go. All right, we are gonna go there. Fine, we are gonna go there. You guys want to do this? That's fine. We'll go there first. Tim Walz is out. Tim Walz bolts out of the room and is saying he's dropping out of the race. Reporters are audibly shocked. What? You said you'd answered questions. Democrats don't answer questions. They'll say, I refuse to answer that, or they'll go start talking about whatever they want. They don't answer questions. One way or another, they're not answering. Or they'll shift to something else. Dodging every question is a sign of guilt. Probably because they don't want him answering questions, because he could get himself in trouble with upcoming litigation or a trial or anything else. I'm gonna bet his lawyer's like, answer nothing. Now my problem is, and I may get this person wrong, without Jay Watterson to back me up, I'm unsure on this one, but my problem is, okay, Tim Walz deserves shitloads of credit for all his screw-ups, let's say, or just, no, it's effing fraud. No way they didn't know. But so does half of all the Democrats in that goddamn government. And I want to know why the woman, I believe her name is, I could be wrong, I'm throwing a wrong person under the bus. This is my opinion, but I believe her name is Tiki Brown. She is one of the people, absolutely her job, everything, is to get the money to these daycares to be sure these people are not defrauding. Why is Tiki Brown and half the other legislators, Democrat legislators in Minnesota, not getting hammered with this? I think they're throwing Walz under the bus a little bit and saying, hey, shut up and go along and take the shot, or we won't help defend you. We got the power to get you off, mostly. But if you go against us, a lot of us going to take you down. I don't know. Maduro looks like a tall... Maduro is tall. Maduro's like 6'5". He's tall. All right, so let's listen to this real quick. We'll get through this and we'll get on to Maduro. But you guys squirreled me. So here we go.
I'm proud of the way we treat our neighbors. I'm proud of the way that we welcome people to this state. I'm proud of the way that we innovate. And I'm proud of the way that we are optimists for the future.
I'm proud of the way we innovated fraud. We put fraud to a whole new level. Good innovation there, Timmy boy. Goofy Teddy Ruxpin looking weirdo.
No one's taking this away from us. Not the fraudsters. Certainly not this president.
Oh, yeah. If he'd have stuck with the fraudsters, if he'd have stuck with that, okay, Tim. Yeah. Screw them fraudsters. Oh, no. Somehow it revolves back from his absolute abysmal job, corruption, whatever, and Trump. It's Trump. Yeah, the other day I was turned on my tap and it burped a little bit before it shut and splashed me. God dang Trump. My cat was like clawing my wall yesterday. And I know it was because of Trump. Jeez Louise, come on. Trump. You can almost just walk by. Wouldn't you love that power where you hear what's going on in somebody's mind? You'd walk by a lefty, and all you'd hear is Trump. That's all you would hear. I swear, it'd be like a Pac-Man game. Trump. They're insane. And this is the media and our government who's done this. 11 years of this brainwashing. Trump is the evil genius. Trump is the Cheeto man. The Cheeto man will be under your bed and in your wallet and put your mom in prison and black people in chains. Cheeto man will end the earth. I did fraud. I screwed up and presided over the biggest fraud in the history of America. But Trump must have forced me. And is that what it's going to be? The power of Trump compelled me. They might as well start saying that. They might as well all start holding up their hands, acting in a religious way, going, the power of Trump compelled me to be bad. They might as well just do that. I mean, it's beyond insane. And I will say it to any of these people. You are fucking insane. I was trying to watch my F-bombs tonight. You are totally insane if you can twist something like this and still got to spew Trump. You gotta. I know people laugh. Oh, Facebook is so passe yesterday. That is such a dumb thing to say. I hate when people say it. There's shitloads of people on Facebook all over the place still. Go look at Facebook. Go look at how people talk on there. They're lunatics.
Not this president. Not on my watch. Tomorrow, I'll be back.
Your watch is almost over, Dick. Your watch? Not on your watch? There's the problem. Maybe, jackass. If you've been more worried about doing your job, worried about the taxpayers, the actual citizens of Minnesota over Trump, maybe you wouldn't have been, governor of the biggest fraud state in American history. Jesus. Disgusting. And remember, this is the prick that Democrats are like, he's going to be an amazing VP and then president someday. We dodged more bullets than anybody knows when Harris lost. Because this jackass would have been in the White House. Yeah, I mean down the hall, but you know what I mean. VP is not without power. Think of the shit he could have helped get through. Think of the corruption. Oh. Trump. Oh my God.
With you, I'll give you an update on America's best paid family medical leave program that is now.
Why don't we investigate that too? Everybody's so concentrating on the daycares. What about all these medical centers that these Somalis have too? It's funny because Shirley showed that in a lot of buildings, you have 2 or 3 daycare centers, and right down here is a family health care business. Huh. All right.
Week into it, and at that time, I'll take all your questions. Thank you all.
Thank you, Press.
And Zoom.
Thanks, Walz. More tomorrow. Appreciate it. Thank you.
What? Did you hear the one reporter? What? He did say he'll answer more tomorrow, answer questions tomorrow. But dude, politicians are normally boom. I mean, all you didn't hear was meep, meep, boom. What?
Wow. All right. Thank you, Press.
Wow.
You said you were going to take questions. Why didn't you?
Thank you all. We'll be back tomorrow. Thank you.
Thank you.
Oof. Yeah, they're gone. You gone. Now, hell, I'm even going to close some of these out so I don't keep going back. Now, the funny thing is here, let me say something here. Cam Higbee just went door to door to some fake daycares in Washington. This is spread. Ohio, Pennsylvania, Colorado, Washington State. This is stupid. And I was saying this on a stream last week before I caught my scurvy. Were these people just getting money to daycare their own children? Where American citizens are worried about the cost of childcare because 2 people have to work these days. Were these people getting government money to live in houses like this? Huge houses with big Tahoe Suburbans and Teslas out front. Yeah. I'm sorry. When you come from a country with an average IQ of 65, not all of you coming here are going to end up living in shit like this, driving stuff like this, and wearing $2,500 glasses and everything else. You are not smart enough to just do this by actually going and being an entrepreneur and building something. No. But what are Somalis good at, even in their own country? Piracy and fraud. They're good thieves. And especially when you have a crap IQ. Sorry, on average they do. Look it up. Come at me, lefties. They have a crap IQ. But when you have a government that is maybe not only complicit, but is out helping you be corrupt because they're getting kickbacks, they're able to launder money, or they want you as a voting bloc, it is angering to the rest of us. This, I believe, is the one that got $800,000 in a couple years for 3 kids. 3 kids. And they're doing it in their house. That's nuts. I can't afford that house, let alone those 2 vehicles. I got friends with kids who love to be able to afford this. Busting their ass. Childcare is friggin' expensive for them. Yet then we turn around and give these people $800,000 a year to watch their own children. I've been saying before, this is what part of the scam is going to be. Public records, birth records are public records. If any of these little kids are born here, then there should be public record. Find out the name of these parents, name of the kids. The names of the kids are public record again on these daycares. What are the kids' names on the daycare rolls? What are these kids? If these 3 kids are their children, Fraud. Fraud all day of the week. There's no way that is listed in any state's agency that, yeah, we're just going to pay you $800, $3 million, whatever, to watch your kids, while Americans out here busting their hump to pay to have even one kid in daycare. Not so. All right, let me check with you here. Walz is a liar. He's serving in war. Stating he's serving in war. Yes, he is. Son kid, yeah, he lied about that. Good things came out of Minnesota. Juicy Lucy Burgers. Sticky notes from 3M. Yeah, well, that's kind of thin. Walz will be easier to prosecute when out of office. Yeah. Oh, I think he should be in jail already, Rad. I am shocked, and if I'm gonna say anything that should anger Americans, why has nobody been arrested or removed from office? There is no way billions of dollars of fraud was going on and nobody knew. Once again, I said before, this is the age of computers. This isn't the age of Bob, Joe, and Jenny sitting around a desk going through papers one by one. Oh, we didn't notice that. I didn't notice it's all the same address. I noticed it's all the same owner. I didn't notice the names of the kids were just these people's kids. This is all computerized. Computers catch this. I could do that work on my computer, and my computer, you can set it to, hey, wait a minute, it's a common address. Hey, that's their kids. Hey, why are these three people at three different daycares, three different owners, but in the same room? No, I want to know why nobody has been fired. Zero. From, if I believe I'm right about her being in charge of this shit, Tiki Brown, to the lieutenant governor, the governor, half the Democrats, and especially anybody involved in child care, in HUD, in all this stuff that, all the aid and welfare packages in that state. You're a corrupt piece of shit, and you should be in jail. So yeah, not only remove, I think you should all be in jail. Biggest fraud state to date. Wait for Cali to get us vote. Rad, now from your mouth to Cam Higbee, Nick Shirley, and every autistic, angry American with skills and wanting to do so, get out there. Yeah, there are people doing it. But, yeah, 100%. I think California, right, will be the biggest. But I bet my home state of Illinois won't be far behind. I'm going to bet you're going to find the three biggest fraud states. I agree with you. California will make Minnesota look like nothing. And then it's going to be New York and Illinois. I've seen a lot on Facebook where people going, come to Illinois. You want to see some fraud, come to Illinois. So, yeah, you're right. But they should be. But I wonder how long. The problem is, as I said in my title, my description for this video, so much is coming at us at once. It's getting hard because this Somali thing really needed to happen with nothing else big around it to pull our attention, or anybody's attention, or the government's attention, or Trump's attention, or anything off of it. We needed the attention to stay on this, but then what happens? Shit kicks off in Iran. Then what happens? Shit kicks off with Venezuela. So much big stuff is happening. Nothing gets to be concentrated on and percolate. And I don't know if whether it's Trump and his people, you and me, or the media that is willing to look into it, can handle all this and keep it going. And now getting some of it getting lost. I think we're getting buried. But yeah, we're going to look a little bit at this because, let's see here.
Sophia Child Care Center in Kent, Washington. They have received $863,000 since 2023.
$863,000. And this is just from one program he knows about. What if there's others? What if there's others? $800,000 in a year and a half's time when he did this, I believe. Year and a half. $860,000. Dude, I don't know about you. I could do very well off, I'll even stretch it to 2 years. $860,000 in 2 years? Shit. Me and my wife be living it. We wouldn't have to worry about bills, obviously, near to these people. Craziness.
I don't see any signs right off the bat that it's a child care facility. There's no car seats,
signs?
there's no children's toys, nothing like that.
No signs. No watch your step and trip. Don't trip. Look, there's a pot right here. There's a pot sitting on the stoop with a light sticking out of it sideways, right in the way. This doesn't look safe for little children to be showing up and picked up, dropped off. I don't see any doorbell. No. Hey, if you have a cold, to wear a mask. They usually do that at child care facilities still today. If you have a sniffles or think you may have COVID, do not enter. Yeah. Where's all that health and safety? There's nothing here. This is just their house, and you and I are paying for it.
So we're going to go in and we're going to check it out. Hi, is this Halali childcare? No. No? There's no childcare here? Okay.
All these people have the balls. They are brave enough to say no child care here when it's right on the state's website that this is where the money is going. And it is on this site that it says child care. It's not like you could go, well, this is just their home. They get the bills there. No. This is where the children are supposed to be. That's the way it's listed. This is the address of the child care center. But they're all so ballsy. They go, no, there's no child care here. No. Once again, we're not dealing with the most intelligent people.
God, thank you so much.
Did you see, anybody see today? One of them tried to hire Craigslist actors for children and got busted for it. Yeah, look that crap up. I would, but I don't want to spend any more time on this. I want to get to Venezuela and Iran, but dude, insane.
There's no childcare. All right, guys, we were just at Halali, what's allegedly Halali Child Care Center in Kent, Washington.
By the way, anybody real quick notice Cam Higbee when he first came on, even a month or so two ago, didn't have any gray hair. Now suddenly he's got gray hair. Either this job is rough on that boy, or he was coloring until recently. Because I was watching his videos. There was none of this gray on the sides and curl and stuff. What the hell, Cam? Did they run out of Just for Men, or did this job rough? Just say.
Which is right behind me right here.
I will be with you guys in the chat in a minute.
I went up to the door, the exact address listed on the state website, receiving over $800,000 in 2023. They claim there's no child care here. A couple hundred.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. 2 Teslas and a Suburban. So we're talking, let's say used Tesla, let's say 40,000. Another used Tesla, 40,000. A good used GMC Tahoe Suburban thing is still $50K. Well over $100K probably in cars. Huge. That house is easily a $600,000 house. Yeah, they're doing great. And you're paying for it.
$1,000 for the cars. I went and tried to ask the neighbors.
Think about this. People coming from a country where they wipe their ass with their hand and pooping holes and just go around slaughtering each other now gets to drive around in a Tesla that most people here can't afford. Yay us.
There was daycare there, nobody answered. But I could see the people who lived in that house peeling the curtains back, because just like all of the other places, all the curtains were drawn, you couldn't see in or anything. They were peeling the curtains back and watching me as I walk around to the neighbors' houses, and they're scrambling and yelling, and I can hear them. What's up with that? Pretty weird. So I'm
And like all the others, you look around the rest of the neighborhood, a lot of the houses have some windows that are shaded, but others have the window curtains open and everything else. All these places, the houses are just like the businesses that were in Minnesota. All the windows shaded over, closed up.
out of the field now. I'm back at the house, and I'm looking at this Halali Safia children's daycare on their government webpage. And their licensed capacity is 9, just like the other place. And their total available slots, meaning the total amount of children they can take on, is 6. Meaning this daycare is only serving 3 children. I mean, I think it's likely they're not serving any children, considering they told me they're not a daycare. But at most, there could be 3 children being served by this place.
They're kids.
Raking in $800,000. $100,000 since 2023. I've now pulled up.
So we are paying around $430,000 a year to these people to watch their own flippin' kids. And this can be found out. Go look and see what kids are supposed to be there, who these kids are, and look up birth records. We'll find it. All right, let me check real quick here. I saw on Twitter that CPA, who audits the NGOs in Minnesota, have addresses of Quickie Marts. Oh, so fake address. Oh, goody. And one of the guys lost his license last September, maybe. Oh, even the auditors are Somali. It's a whole thing. You got people in parts of government in Minnesota that are Somali who will help these licenses and everything else out. And then they suddenly get donations, not only from the owners, but the actual child daycare centers were giving donations of $1,000 or more back to these Somalis in government. And then there are also, not only that, you have Somalis that were doing in the government. You had Somalis helping them get all this in the child care. You have Somalis doing like you said, CPA, doing all the accounting. Then you have ones that actually own Quickie Marts, these medical facilities. It's a whole big grift. And once again, I'll say it. There aren't enough people, 65 IQ, that are done this all themselves. They were helped along. And that's just a fact.
One of their inspection reports for Halauli, and what you see is, again, short-term, long-term, serious and immediate risks. The government defines serious and immediate risks as risks that pose.
Gerald, how's it going, Gerald? Don't worry, be happy. I'm a semi-happy person.
Serious risk of injury, illness, or even death for children that attend these daycares. And this is the most recent inspection report with no indication that it's been.
Now, this is the one that was getting $430,000 a year over the last year and a half. Sorry, $860,000 over the last year and a half. That is nuts. Nuts. I mean, good God. Serious risk levels. Risk of death, injury. Oh, my God.
Correct.
But nothing ever happened, and they just kept getting to watch the kids.
Or fixed, and they're still raking in hundreds of thousands of dollars. I don't even understand how this is possible. A normal inspection report for one of these daycares is like 2 pages long. But look at this. It just goes on and on and on with short-term, long-term, serious, and immediate risk.
Now, keep in mind, 81 to 89% of all Somali households in Minnesota are on some type of welfare. So what do you want to bet? Somebody in that household is, as I'm out of work, and is claiming welfare benefits also. Or more than one of them. I'm going to bet more than one is claiming welfare benefits. They're getting food stamps and extra monies and other free medical. And then there's still, one of them says, hey, look, I have a daycare for my 3 kids or my sister's 3 kids. They're raking it in. It's probably over $1 million every 2 years once you add up what I suspect is other welfare fraud in the household. Is there integrity, even an idea in government? No, Joel, you sweet summer child, you. No. Come on. I love Donald Trump, but I still think that he has some issues with integrity himself. And Donald Trump is not a lifelong politician. Lifelong politicians? Shit, no. Very, 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 very few people that are in politics for over 20 years have any integrity. Shit, no. That's why I want term limits. Because even if you come in, people that come in with actual integrity, actually wanting to help, it doesn't last long. It gets beaten out of them. Or that, once again, that ultimate power and ultimate money sure is a temptation. Sooner or later, you go in making $170,000 a year, Yeah, your family maybe, a lot of them are lawyers. They maybe have a $800 million in the bank, but suddenly 10 years later, they're worth 30, 40, $200 million. Yeah, they see that. They see their colleagues doing that. They're going, sooner or later, my wife and my kids, you know what? Yeah, let's go for it. They start slow. They creep in. They all end up super rich off that pittance. Sorry, that pittance they say they just can't live off that we pay them. That pittance, and I would, shit, if I was making $170,000 a year, I'd be a happy camper. Jeez. No, we need term limits.
Risks. On and on. I mean, we're not.
But no, it goes on. And like you said, these are people watching their own kids. And that's what I've been saying for a while. So I'm going to repost. But yeah. All right. So we are going to hoppy hippie. And like you guys said, Maduro. How tall is Maduro? Sorry, this is me trying to fix my Rumble problem. The one that locked up on me and said, we have an internal server error. Oh, goody. I thought we looked this up. .6'3". Okay, 6'3". My bad. So my brother-in-law is slightly taller than Maduro. My brother-in-law is a big boy. He is. I married the runt of the family. My wife is like 5'4". Yeah, and my mother-in-law is like 6 foot, 6'1" and something, 6'2". And my father-in-law is like 5'11" or something like that. And her brother's 6'5", and her aunt is like 6'3". Yeah, I got the runt of the litter. So yeah, he's a big boy. He is. All right. The transport scam is the heart of it. I don't know if that the transport scam is. I think it's the medical and wellness centers. The transport scams they didn't find as many of, but for every one of these daycares, there's one of these wellness centers and one of these one of these grocery stores also, all of it by Somalis. And once again, Americans with IQs of well over 100 aren't this profitable in opening this many businesses and making this much money. There's no way somebody at 65, 70 IQ, I'm sorry, that's the average in their country. Over 50% of them are inbred, remember, including Ilhan Omar, kind of. Her and her brother. Much doubtful they ever slept together, but you know what I mean. But yeah, so there's no way. It is just boggles your mind that these dinguses could do all of this without some help. I'm going to say it's Democrat Party people wanting the votes, the voting bloc helping them do it. Laundering money, getting kickbacks, that's what it was. This is USAID on a statewide level is what it is. This is why Democrats are so freaked about this. Why they're trying to ignore it and say, nothing here, nothing here. That's why the leftist media is attacking over this. Because this is going to hit the Democrats as hard as, USAID. And this could be in every state. So USAID, they've already lost most of that. Not all. Now if they can lose a lot more, billions per state. So I agree with you guys that more of this needs to come out. But yes, the transport scams is a big deal. They showed whole fleets of vans at 2 of them that haven't even budged. Haven't budged. They don't speak English. Now here's the last thing I'll say on this real quick before we move on to the Maduro. Okay. Nobody's making a big enough deal out of the fact that none of these centers show a single white child. And when Shirley was, hey, I'll bring little Joey here. Now, this is not a Joey place. Excuse me? No white children are being in these places. When you find kids, find me. Dude, where's Waldo? Is an easier game than trying to find a white kid in a Somali-run daycare. Somalis aren't that big of a population. So why is it over 10% of all the daycares are Somali-owned in Minnesota when they're like 0.08% of the population? You think you'd see a white kid in there somewhere. Because pretty much what they're saying is every single Somali kid would have to be in those daycares. There might be more daycare space than there is Somali kids. By far. It's almost an impossible number. Boy, somebody should crunch that number. That's stupid. That's stupid. I don't think there's enough. I do not think there's enough actual Somali children in that state to even fill these centers. So it's another unneeded thing. Scam medi centers. Yep, 100% rad. Scam medical centers, scam transports, scammed daycares, scammed grocery stores, where they use actual welfare money to pay for some of the groceries, or the groceries go to the daycare center when they got money, and then they go, oh, we had a loss here. Either way, it's all interconnected. Half these people are using the daycares to take care of their own children, and guess what? If they own the grocery stores, that is just right straight to feeding their families. We're paying for it. I think Curly Neal from the Harlem Globetrotters is 6'3". Okay. Well, yeah, there's... wow, Curly was 6'3"? Well, compared to all those other guys, Meadowlark, Lemon, and all the others, yeah. I said, yeah, my brother-in-law is a big boy. And my friend John is also 6'2", 6'4", somewhere. Don't quote me on that. But he's a big mofo, too. Even if run legit, they aren't going to allow Somali kids. Yeah. I just don't like the fact that, once again, they openly said that at the very least, what the media and everybody's missing, at the very, 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 very least, these Somali daycares are racist. They're racist as shit. You do not see a single Caucasian-ary child in there. They said, this is not a Joey place. Right away, something's wrong. Because imagine this is the other way around. Let's say these are German immigrants came here. Find all these German immigrant daycare centers. Some Democrat would already been bitching if they didn't see a single brown child in there. They'd be going, what the frig? That's racist. But somehow, when it's all the brown kids, not a single white devil, everybody's missing it. Even the right is missing that. It is racist. All right. Nick and his mate talked about Somali culture. Doesn't allow sending kids to daycare, only family. Yeah. Well, Brad, right there. And that's a biggie. That's a biggie. That's what is happening. That's what the scam is going to come out to be. They were just taking care of their own kids. Their family's kids. That's it. And we're paying them insane millions to do it. You got dinguses living high on the hog who really don't even have to work. Think about it. They're going to sit around and watch TV with their kids anyway. So, holy crap. It's nutso. All right. On to Maduro. We are going to move on to Venezuela. I know I spent more time on the Somali, but you guys seemed into it, and that's where I'm going to go. I try to honor that. I mean, we've heard so much about the Venezuelan thing, but I do like this. I don't know if this has music. I can't remember. Once again, I'm kind of here. So let me play real quick here. If this does music, we'll see what happens.
Venga por mí.
There we go.
Aquí lo esperan Miraflores. No se tarde en llegar, cobarde.
I'm going to stop right there because that next part does have music. Jiggy, 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 don't you see? Yeah. Biggie, 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 don't you see? Sorry. Yeah, so I'm not going to do that. That'll get me. But no, I just like that first part where he's like, come get me. Well, it happened. And I think that still has music over it. Come on. Oh, for the love of God. There. Let me see. Yeah, I still got music. I'm not going to do that, but you guys get the idea. He said, come get me, and he did. And I saw this. This is 100% right. Democrats haven't mentioned the name of Brego Garcia now. A couple days. It's kind of nice. Kind of nice. Not feeling bad. Garcia is going to be like, that's it. I got to go out and commit another crime. I got to do something, get the left back paying attention to me. I just thought that was fun. All right. President Trump warned Venezuela not to F around the United States. They just found out. Yeah. He explained why they were in trouble a few weeks ago. Dude, I don't know how Scott Jennings goes to work every day without losing his mind. All right.
As well, say, hold on a second, do we want to start another war?
Good question. Well, I don't think it's very America first to let a narco-terrorist state with an illegitimate government that's aligned with China and Russia and Iran do things in our hemisphere that we don't like.
And that's the biggie. I know Trump hammers on about the narco trafficking, the drug dealing and stuff like that heavily because he knows that connects. Most average Americans go, yeah, this drug stuff is stupid. I got kids. I don't want my kids around that stuff. Hey, look at the cities. This drug stuff is bad, and it's easy to get people connected to it. But the big one is, as we talked about in this stream, I played that video we talked about, it is the fact that Russia, China, and Iran were bringing weapons in. We're setting up to get the oil, setting up to take power there and help out. We're helping the drug trafficking. We are not having Russia and China. And for these lefties who are so, oh my God, Russia's so evil, attacking Ukraine. But then you're okay with Russia, the evil Putin man, being in Venezuela? In our hemisphere? Are you out of your fucking mind? The biggest thing is the fact, and I do like how Trump is being honest about the oil. Yeah, it's our oil. And it is. Not just because we have the military might and because we want it. That's a big one. Might does make right sometimes. Sorry. We are the only superpower left in the world. We need to start acting like it while we are. Don't degrade ourselves. We shouldn't have to apologize for busting our asses to become the top dog. That's the same tired energy you get from middle-aged lefty women who are always trying to apologize to black people for a slavery that happened 150 years ago. That is stupid. The left is a death cult. They're a doom cult. And that's what that is. It's dumb. I have no problem with us getting the oil. Plus, that oil is actually ours. American oil companies went into Venezuela, had contracts. We were promised certain things. They built the whole oil infrastructure and made that country fucking rich. God dang rich. And then Chavez took over and boom, took it over. And the American president at the time did jack shit. He said, nah, it's fine. The oil companies are pissed. Right now there's lefties. Oh, the oil companies are so happy about this. Okay, yeah, and? Wouldn't you be? You go and dump in billions of dollars on something, somebody comes along and steals it from you and walks away with it. Then later somebody's going to go, hey, here's your shit back. You're not going to be happy about it? No, that is money. That is oil and money owed back to the American people, American business. Your wallet, my wallet. Because if our companies had been able to keep their leases and whatever they were promised, our oil would be even cheaper. It has been now for a long time. We may actually, I don't know how long is it going to take. There is a chance America could see gasoline below $2 in the future because of this. It is ours. We built that infrastructure. We worked it. And this whole kerfuffle in Venezuela is not over yet, but it's going to get interesting. Like Trump said, the VP lady, well, what if she doesn't pay it? Are you going to go back in and you can do the same thing to her? He goes, maybe worse. Ooh. Pretty much just don't fuck with us. We're done. We're done. You don't come around, fuck around in our hemisphere. I don't give a shit about everybody else around the world. Israel, Ukraine, all of it. How about the rest of the world take care of their shit? This is in our backyard. This is in our backyard. And once again, lefties will bitch. Oh my God, evil Putin in Ukraine. Hey, what about evil Putin right here in Venezuela, you pricks? Suddenly, I see no Putin, hear no Putin, speak no Putin. Sorry.
with drugs or anything else. I don't think we like it that they're trying to go into Guyana right now and take over their oil either. And so the president's position has always been, this is the Western Hemisphere. We're going to police it. And we don't even recognize these guys as a legitimate government. And so he's trying to bring about a situation where the worst people in the hemisphere are not enriching themselves, not distributing drugs. And if we wind up with a legitimately elected government there that's aligned with the United States instead of Russia, China, and Iran,
don't even be aligned with us. How about not just working against us? How about not stealing from us? How about not sending us shit that's taking out our citizens? And not working with our enemies. Not working with our enemies. How about that? Don't be aligned with us that much. Just, you ain't working with our enemies. You're not stealing from us. And you're not sending over poison to our children. That's it.
that's America first.
I'd love to add some facts to this.
I see you leaning in.
Oh, would he?
Thank you so much.
As well, say, hold on a second. Do we want to start?
So yeah, this is before it happened. Now this is fun. Let me catch up, you guys. I'm gonna park this. I'm gonna park this puppy right there. I know you're gonna be able to read all of it, as I'm in the way. I'll shrink it back down in a sec. But I love it. All right. Dems at a $25 million. Yeah. This guy did it. This guy did it, Rad. Joe Biden put a $25 million bounty on him. Now, Democrats want to ignore outfit oil. We're stealing their oil. No. Even the World Court sided with the American oil companies when Chavez took it. We had contracts. We built all that. Even the World Court and every president, American president, since Chavez and Maduro and everybody, said that, yeah, that shit was stolen. That is ours. And did not recognize Chavez or Maduro as legit presidents of that country. So, yeah. But hey, then how dare Trump do anything? But I love this. Trump talks tough on Venezuela, but admires thugs and dictators like Nicolas Maduro. As president, I will stand with the Venezuelan people and for democracy. That aged well, you stupid asses. To you leftards, you hammered on Trump. He loves dictators. He cozies up to them. In one fell swoop, he just took a shot at Xi Jinping. He took a shot at Putin. And he took out Maduro. 3. Yeah, Xi Jinping is not technically a dictator. I get it. But how about dictator light? He's head of the CCP. The CCP is close-ish. How about this? Dictator adjacent. So we'll say 2.5 dictators. But Trump just took out more dictators in one fell swoop and injured the adjacent dictatorship in, 90 minutes? That's more than Joe Biden did. That's more than Barack Obama did for dictators. Come on. So yeah, I mean, whew, didn't age well there, Joseph. All the lefties were bitching during Trump's first term. Oh, he's not doing anything about help Venezuela. Those poor Venezuelans. Why is he helping against Maduro? Then when he goes after Maduro, well, son of a bitch. Like I keep saying, lefties have no true beliefs except what gives them power in the moment. We love Tesla. We hate Tesla. We hate Ukraine. Oh, we love the Ukraine. Oh my God, we gotta help Venezuela. Oh my God, he went into Venezuela. There is no pleasing these people. You cannot have a rational discussion with them because of this. They have zero true beliefs. And comparing this as a war, a 90-minute kerfuffle, it was a law enforcement action. It truly was. There were warrants for this guy's arrest out for a long time now. Joe Biden put out a $25 million bounty on him. So yeah, it was a law enforcement action. And wow, was it beautifully done. And Trump's saying we'll go back in again if we need to. Woof. Woof. I think he's just done fucking around. Now, I would like a little bit more of that energy directed internally. I'd like to nibble a piece of that off. Give me 20%, Trump. Give me 25% of that energy here inside our borders. Keep the rest, going out there. All right. 160 years ago, just saying. Okay. What happened to the Panama Canal? We did kick China out of the area. Yes. Yes, I believe J.D. Vance went down there, or was it Marco Rubio? We talked about that a while back. Marco Rubio went down there and told them, hey, we didn't give you this thing to give to China. So yeah, China has, that was a long time ago, but yeah, China's been booted out. In fact, I think I even have a thumbnail back ways where we talked about that. Yeah, Rubio went and booted that. China was pissed. They were pissed, and that was a big shot to them. But I'm sorry, if it comes right down to it, I don't want China, Russia, and Iran has their own problems, screwing around in our hemisphere. I just don't. Nope, and nope. So yeah. I played that before. Maybe we'll play it again at the end of the stream. But no, I'm Maduro madness. Dems who condemned Trump for not removing a Venezuelan dictator are furious now that he did it. I love these people. They're just retards. Dictators know Trump won't hold autocrats accountable because he wants to be an autocrat himself. Boy, once again, aren't you glad we didn't elect this dumbass? He went in and took him out. I would love to hear Biden and Kamala talk about that now. Come on, Cammy. Put down the bottle. Get off your knees. Boy, you couldn't even blow your way into the presidency, could you? Well, I don't think Joe's worked anymore. Ha! Democrats are pearl clutching over Trump's bold move to depose Maduro. Yeah. Illegal war. I don't know. Does 90 minutes count as a war? Which it wasn't. They had actual warrants. There were law enforcement there. The military was there to do the work for them. That was it. Man, you talk about planning. God, what a gorgeous thing. You want to talk about scaring the bejesus out of the rest of the world right now? All the rest of the bad guys out there? Now Trump's saber rattling at Cuba? Whoa. Oh. Was it Cuba and Colombia or something like that he's saber rattling at? Oh my. It's nice to see us concentrate on something closer to home. We haven't concentrated on our own friggin' hemisphere for a long time. That's stupid. It just makes no sense. We're worried about Ukraine and Israel and Iran. We're more worried about, not too worried about it though. And Iraq and Saudis and all this other stuff. Fuck that. Let's stick the weed whacker around our own fence line. How's that? You're only mad because Trump is the one who did this. Still not a Trump fan, just despise hypocrisy. Rachel Enns, I appreciate your honesty. There were calls for international action to remove Maduro in 2024. International action may be the only avenue to force out Maduro, who over 11 years of authoritarian rule has overseen an economic implosion, democratic isolation, and the exodus of nearly 8 million Venezuelans. Like a quarter of the country is left. The meltdowns of American leftists, mostly women, having a cow. Oh my God, would somebody take out Trump? This is horrid. Juxtaposed to almost every Venezuelan in America, and at least half of the country in Venezuela, throwing parties. At what point do you lefty, especially the middle-aged white women, or lefty women, what point do you not finally start to realize you're the fuck up? You're the one out of touch. When you are decrying, oh my God, we feel for you people of Venezuela. Oh, I'm so sorry, our president did this. And the Venezuelans are going, are you out of your damn mind? We love this. Viva la Trump. They're partying it up. Some of them are even telling these lefty women, shut the fuck up. Well, at what point do you finally not wake up and go, oh my, you know, the meme, am I the baddie? Yes. When you are going against the actual country that was liberated, when you are saying, you're wrong, you don't understand, you should still want to be interchanged because Trump did it. Ugh. Idiots. Now, Schumer and Jeffries, oh, I loved this. Jackasses talking, every one of them. Now, let me ask a question. How much time do you think some of the Maduro loyalists are going to be able to make a big enough kerfuffle out of this? It looks like the VP, who's now in charge, is cooperating. But, I mean, can they haul this back? I mean, a regime can hold power as long as the people fear it enough. And this will lead us into Iran, too, here in a second. I think what Trump did just made them look weak in a society and a type of government where you must look strong. Oh, they've been dealt a blow. Can they pull the control back to them in Venezuela? And speaking of which, Iran, can they do it? Can the Ayatollah Khomeini pull it back? Can they pull it back? So, yeah. All right. Them's all projecting Biden's in a private dimension ward. Yeah. Well, he was in a private dimension ward when he was president, too. It was called the Oval Office, though, at the time. Or his home. Remember how many times he was off vacationing at home? Watched a few videos. China's radar in Venezuela was completely useless. Oh, yeah. China's radar. Oh, my God. Like I said, go watch the... I didn't have time to do it, so go watch the two videos. I believe it was just two that Asmongold did on it today. But, yeah, the radars was mentioned. Everybody, oh, the amazing Russia's and China's radar systems and all the high-tech weaponry and this and that. Didn't even take out one vehicle. One helicopter was damaged, but still able to finish the mission. They took some shit. It was pretty goodly damage. They kept going. Dude. This was such a just boom, boom. It's crazy. 90 minutes to 2 hours. In, grab, out. Whoa. Dude, the only thing you could do faster is have Captain Kirk beam your ass in. But yeah, their radar was crap. Also showed off a little bit of fear. Dude, everybody better think of what Donald Trump has done to our adversaries, though. Between the Iran thing, whether you like it or not, it showed the sheer amazing power of the United States to reach any country around the world undetected and at will. Fully. The United States is the only nation powerful enough to do that thing. We can take you out without leaving home. We can do that with drones, let alone a big bomber so high and stealth. And guess what? Good night, Gracie. That right there was a message to the world. Now this, imagine Russia and China right now going, yeah, well, our military might's pretty good. Now they're going, oh shit. Crap. There's got to be some military people right now going, hey, back to the drawing board on this. This didn't work. Besides the fact we took out a couple power grids instantly. We just turned it off. It's like, we have a switch? Shit. I mean, can you imagine being an adversary right now? Hey, you know what? I think we got America on the ropes. Our military stuff's almost as good. Oh, shit. No. No. Well, back to that drawing board. Whew. The Beach Nap Ranch, yeah. Oh, man. Yeah, China, and the thing is, dude, they used over 150 aircraft working in conjunction. Even got the F-22s and 35s out for a little jaunt. Just a little trip around the block. Whew. Yeah, that was wow. Scotty did most of the beaming. Of course, because beaming with a transporter is also part art. It's not just pull the levers like, unfortunately, they kind of did in some of the other episodes where some alien lady can just go beep with the things and it just beams. That's not the way it works. But they needed it for the plot to happen for those episodes. Right, buddy? Yep. So yeah, it was a thing. You sure they didn't sell their old tech? No, they were talking about a lot of the stuff they were bringing over there because they were moving in, Rad. They were trying to establish beachheads very close to America. And they sold over $6.8 billion of some of their highest tech stuff. Also, they brought some of their other high-tech stuff over because they were starting to establish beachheads and controls there. There were still Russian, Iranian, and Chinese troops in Venezuela when we hit them. So no, it was not their cheapest stuff. In fact, the radar system that was defeated was supposed to be one of Russia's top ones. It was supposed to be the cat's meow that America can't sneak by this. It did jack shit. That wasn't the cheap stuff. They've already talked about, they knew what stuff parts that they had. And it wasn't supposed to be defeated like this easy. And, well, tell you what, imagine being a person on the market to buy some weaponry. Right now, you're going, hey, Russia's selling some, hey, their stuff is a lot cheaper. It's supposed to be as good as America's. It's cheaper. Let's go buy that from Russia or China. Now everybody's going, if you're on the weaponry store, you're going to go, you know what? I think we'll go buy from America. It's a little pricier, but shit probably works. Just saying. Now, it wasn't their old tech. It was supposed to be, especially the radar. The radar was talked out to be one of their top new Rudy Doody, shoot 'em in the booty, not take a hit thing. But then even the helicopters have invisible infrared type of systems that confuse missiles and lock-on devices. It's like, whoa. They've taken helicopters now, and helicopters used to be, oh my God, they're kind of slow and cumbersome in today's tech world. Not now. Now the helicopters are becoming useful again. Small, low-flying turbo helicopters coming in. You got all the newest high-tech electronic countermeasures. It won't even stop from even being targeted. Like, that is crazy shit, man. That is crazy shit. All right, let me check over on Grumble. I see a couple people over there. Sorry, Rumblers. I haven't checked very much. But honestly, I'm not going to be a jerk. But Rumble I mostly use just to have a backup. So I have it still out there in case YouTube deletes my channel like it did during Potato News Network days and threatens to take me off. So, yeah. Let's see here. But no, I thought it was amazingly well done. I don't know. I do wonder if he was sending also a message to the rest of the world. Or how about just our hemisphere? Because some people are saying that Mexico right now is shitting themselves. What is it? Claudia Scheinbaum? Such a Mexican name. Which is funny, though. But she's shitting herself because a lot of people have said that she only won because the cartels put her in there. A lot of her opponents ended up disappeared. And there's some voting irregularities there. And a lot of people are saying that she's shitting a little bit. Because the cartel runs Mexico. Sorry, it does. The cartels run Mexico. As far as I'm concerned, Mexico is every bit as corrupt a narco state. Just not with the amount of oil that Venezuela has. So, yeah. All right. Let's see here. I saw that. I'm going to close out what we didn't need at the moment. Oh, I already did. I don't need to talk about Schumer. These guys are pricks. Talked about that. There we go. All right. Talk about Iran here in a second. Oh my God. Sorry. You guys probably can't see it, but there's a sleeping dog head back there. If I was China, I'd let it fail. I don't think that's what they did. I don't think that's what they did, and I don't think you do either. You can play devil's advocate, but that is not what happened. They knew what they had, and it was a big deal. A lot of the that's one of the biggest reasons we went in there. It wasn't the oil so much. We had these people really establishing beachheads with their own soldiers. There were Russian and Chinese and Iranian bases starting to pop up. Like, no, we aren't having that shit. It is not happening. And I doubt they're going to protect their own stuff that with nothing. So they did not just let it fail. I'm going to say no. Could I be wrong? Yeah, but I'm going to say no, they didn't. They can fine-tune it now based on live action, can they? What did they ever get a chance to record? We shut down the power grid, went in and out, destroyed almost everything. In and out, done. I don't know if they had the time. Plus, fine-tuning from one little 90-minute thing, I don't think is going to be enough. I don't think that's going to be enough. Because that's acting like we can't fine-tune what we did. Ours already beat them handily there. We've already proven twice now under Trump that we have insane levels of tech and training. And the ability to use it and get it anywhere in the world. That's the other thing. Reach. No other country can I know people go, oh my God, arrogant America. No, it's just facts. America not only has military might, but has the power, the infrastructure, the equipment to be able to assert that might anywhere in the world like that. There's nobody else that can do that. Nobody has the military infrastructure, size, equipment, training, whatever to do it. That is a big deal. And we've proven now that we can just do it. So, I don't know. Acting like, oh, well, China or Russia will just retune this. Now it's over for you. We still have shitloads of stuff. The tiny amount of our military we used to do this. Once again, how many aircraft carriers and subs do most other countries have? And I'm not talking diesel, nuclear subs. Stuff that can stay underwater for months at a time. Travel around the world without fueling. In fact, how many other nuclear subs besides nuclear carriers are there besides ours? That's a big deal. We have the biggest nuclear-powered navy in the world. That is reach. Most other ships have to have refueling. Can only be on station so long. Ours can travel around for 20 years without refueling. The only fuel they have to carry, once again, which helps the aircraft carriers, is the tanks for the jets. That's a lot of extra fuel capacity space. A lot of extra food storage space. Not having monster fuel tanks. So, it's a big deal. Acting like we couldn't fine-tune. Let's just say you're right. Okay, they're going to fine-tune. We got you now. Like, the people who build our stuff, operate it, aren't going to go, well, it's just like shields for Star Trek. If you know the shield codes, you can take down their shields or shoot right through them. If you know the shield modulation. Like, if that was a thing, we wouldn't go, okay, now it's time to change the modulation on all of our countermeasures. Bull, yeah, they would. As soon as all those items got back into base, they would go, click, click. Going to setting number 2. So, it all negates that. All right. Yeah, Rad, that's the next thing I was going to try to mention real quick. There is the thing, Smartmatic and I forgot the other one that doesn't really exist anymore because it was bought out. Oh, the voting. But yeah, the voting machine companies, that's how Maduro won. And people escaped from Venezuela with receipts showing, yeah, these machines are how they rigged the election. Same machines that were used in a lot of our elections it was run and the programming was done by people in Venezuela. But we're supposed to trust that the 2020 election was fine? There's a lot of people saying that Trump is going to do this, that Maduro is going to cut a deal. So far, it doesn't look like it. So far, he's saying he's innocent and blah, blah, blah. A lot of people are saying that Maduro might cut a deal for info on the election. Oh, maybe Trump was angling for that. It would be a cherry on top for Trump to actually prove he was right this whole time. Woo! It's crazy. Especially when an HBO documentary, you guys can look this up. There's an HBO documentary from like 10, 15 years ago that talked about this very thing and proved even then all these machines can be screwed with. They had hackers with a laptop just breaking into these things and proving they were hooked to the internet. So yeah, but we had a company who helped Maduro and Chavez and all this crap rig elections with their machinery and programming in our elections. Nah, nothing could go wrong. Why the F did we... Oh, it just makes no sense. So you're right. F-18G Growler jams radar. If they turn up radar power, then turn imposing. Yeah. And Joel, there's a lot more than just the fact that we have other technologies to block lock-ons, to mask. There was one I was reading about that, especially used on some of the helicopters. It doesn't make the helicopter invisible, but it kind of shifts it. It's weird. It makes the helicopter look like it's actually like 50 feet the other one way or another. So when they send a missile, it's locked onto the ghost signature. Like, it's really cool. I was like, what the shit? But we have crap loads of tech. I was nice to see them dig out the F-22s and 35s, though. Let's just get them bad boys out. Show them off a little. Run them around the block. It was nice to see that. But yeah, there's missiles. There are missiles. A lot of people don't realize radar-guided missiles are one thing. There are satellite-guided missiles. There are satellites in orbit that can read the date off a dime in a parking lot. And if there's clear sky, and sometimes not even clear sky, depending on the type, what they're using, what type of imaging, or sensors, if you want to call it that way, you can just use the satellite, tell the missile to go there. That's it. That's it. That's all it takes. Hey, Rad, have a good one, buddy. I hope dinner was good. Thank you very much. Do me a favor, hit thumbs up on the way out, though. I appreciate it, man. You stay happy in your gorgeous summer. Actually, it's a little warm for us around here. It almost hit 50 today. What the Fahrenheit? Sorry. But yeah, you and the family have a good one. Hope you enjoy your summer. I'm hoping another 2-3 months to be into my summer. But thanks for stopping by, buddy. Appreciate it. And, damn, I never had Australian lasagna. Wonder if it's any different recipe. Damn. Now I'm hungry. All right. Thanks, bud. Have a good night. Good morning. Good afternoon. Good evening, where you're at. All right. We are going to hop on. By the way, guys, if you haven't, please hit thumbs up. My voice is I probably won't be able to talk tomorrow. We'll see how this goes. Ooh, had the paddle. Oh, wow. Oh, that's cool. Well, shit, Rad. It's not warm enough here to try that yet. Well, Riker would. Riker swims in ice water, so whatever. Got from Costco. Oh, you guys got Costco there, too? Well, shit. I didn't know that. Either way, man, I hope you have a good time. Thank you very much for stopping in at all. But yeah, family time, man. Always spend time with family. You never know. Also, you'll never get as much enjoyment and satisfaction out of anything in life more than family. All right, for the rest of us, we're going to move on to a little bit of Iran. Let's see where I'm at here. Time. Hour and 33. I'm going to be out of here hopefully in the next 30 minutes or less, guys. All right, Iran. Dude, I think this is partially a reason that Trump went into Venezuela. It's nuts. This will go on for 6+ days over there, guys. It's nuts. It's just craziness. All right, before we dig into this too deep, I'll be right back. I got to use the restroom. So hang on. Hang with me. All right, I'm back. Sorry about that. And I got soap under my ring. Good grief. All right. But wow, I think Iran, they've been able to do this for a while. They've trained for that Venezuelan incursion and everything else. I think this was a signal, though. I think they're in trouble over there in Iran. I really do. Tehran is in chaos. Shopkeepers are protesting again and facing tear gas. People say the internet is almost shut down. Now, I've seen some people from Tim Pool to Asmongold and others say when they shut the internet down is when you know, oh, crap. That's when shite moment. That's when they shut that internet down. Clamp down 100%. But it's going on everywhere. Let's go. Yeah. And the thing is, I think I speak for a lot of people worldwide that wish luck to the people of Iran. We don't hate Iranians. We don't like the government. Iran used to be as westernized as any country. They used to be well off. They used to be just it looked like an American city in all their cities. It was amazing. The women weren't held back. They were well educated. They were making money. It was such an advanced culture. And then came in the dictators. The mullahs, the ayatollah, and now it became the clusterfuck. So I think I speak for a lot of people say we hope the Iranian people get their freedom from this. I think a lot of the world's problems in the Middle East would end. This is old. They've had protests before, but not on this scale in a long time. Sorry. Oh, there it is. Here's some more of it. This is 15 hours ago, January 5th. People of Narmak returned to streets for another night of protests as the regime's security apparatus fails to contain public outrage. People are outright attacking the security forces. They're like, we're done. Citizens start to gather for the 9th night of protest rallies in Tehran-Sar. Is that how they say Tehran? Tehran-Sar? Or is that just another city? Jeez. Just going on everywhere. Now, I'm going to ask a quick question. Do you think this will go anywhere? Do you think this will go anywhere? Can they put the genie back in the bottle without insane stuff happening over there? I'll tell you right now, if Iran's Ayatollahs fall, if the people take their country back, it's going to make a big difference for peace in the Middle East. It is going to hit all the terrorist organizations over there super hard. Super hard. They won't have all the money flowing in. God, look at all those people. All the money flowing in to Hezbollah and all the rest, and weaponry and everything else, other support, will be gone. It'll be gone. It's the regime that gives that. And the people are tired of it. I think they'd like Iran for Iran. I think they'd like to get back to being a well-respected, growing nation without the foot on their neck all the time. So yeah, I hope so. Dramatic footage shows protesters destroying a regime vehicle left behind at repressive forces repeatedly retreated from the scene. Yeah, and you can find others where they're hitting the regime, the military police with rocks and stones and. Good gosh. All right. Sorry, my chat just locked up. Oops. Sorry, I'm resetting my chat. It locked. There we go. Oh, there we go. Okay. I don't know. I hope they come back from this. I hope Iran does get... Dude, it would be amazing for peace worldwide. Especially in the Middle East, though. It would be a big shot. Just for bringing a lot of that region together. I think Israel would be one of the first ones to not only breathe a sigh of relief, but try to help. Because if you look back in the past, Israel and Iran were not hated enemies. They actually helped each other out. So, it'd be nice. This is from a few days back, but man, these guys are going after him. Sheesh. And I won't spend too much time on this. I don't know as much, but fifth day nationwide protesting. It's just going on and on and on and on. It's just not going anywhere. And usually they clamp down on this stuff pretty hard. Not very good quality. This is where the bazaars, the markets, were shutting down. None of the shop owners were refusing to work. It's like, we're done. Woo! I mean, I don't know. I have never seen, at least I don't remember. Maybe before I was into politics as much. I don't remember seeing Iran kick off like this in such a way They're screaming death to the dictator and death to Khomeini. Ayatollah Khomeini, whatever. And it just keeps going and going for 9+ days. That they don't crack down on this stuff? Ugh. I'm trying to wonder, can they get it back? Or is Iran going to become free? If it doesn't this time, I'll bet it does in the next 5 years. If not this time. This is a year of sacrifice. Syed Ali Khamenei will be overthrown. Wow. Wow. And this is just huge. It's everywhere. If they could pull it back, are they hoping it'll burn out? Here's some of the military police coming in. Sorry, guys. My voice is getting near the end here. Jeez Louise. But it's a fun cough. I don't know. I'd like to see the people win. I'd like to see Khomeini out. I want all that crap gone. It just seems like... Well, I'll play this while we talk about it. Yeah, it's crazy. I don't know. I'd like to see them win, get their freedom back, rejoin the rest of the world, get back what they lost, become, if not an ally, at least not an enemy to most nations. It would be a huge shot to, like I said, a lot of terrorist organizations and stabilizing the Middle East. They are the biggest purveyor of terror in the Middle East. So that would be amazing to see that. Now, it is weird, Joel, the streets look better than downtown LA. Feel free to talk to Gavin. By the way, Gavin, okay, I won't go there. I'm a squirrel again. It's weird how Biden gets in power. Okay. Biden's handlers take power. Suddenly all the dictators gain power. You know, if you look, the mullahs were doing amazing. Venezuela, they were talking about doing nothing about Venezuela. Don't do anything to Russia when they attack. Blah, 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 yada. But now Trump comes in. What happens? He took out Maduro. He's thrown some warning shots to Russia, to all the rest. And now we see that the fact that Iran may fall. The dictators there may go away. It's still weird how, I'm not saying 100% America affected all this, but sometimes leading by strength and and showing you're not going to be a pushover helps. Showing maybe the Iranians, hey, now's your time because Trump is there. You get your freedom back, America would not have a problem helping you out, regaining your place in the world. Come on, let's get some peace. It's just weird. Trump comes in and dictators and they start losing power. I don't know. We'll see. Hell, maybe this will backfire. Maybe the whole Venezuelan thing will backfire if I want to play black-pilled. But yeah. Large contingent of anti-riot forces. After criminal agents opened fire and killed several civilians the other day. Yeah, that worked out well. I didn't calm things down. I don't know if I want to be riding bitch on the back of a motorcycle in that. Whew. That just seems like a bad idea. Yeah. I don't know. What do you think? What do you think, Joel? Do you think they're going to win it this time or not? Go back to crazy face? Ah! That's too much. But what do you think? Do you think he'll, that Iran will be free? I don't know. I'd like to think so. All right. So. Could end on one last little topic, because I know I was not around. I was not on when this really hit, but this chick is a lunatic. This is from, December 23rd, but this guy is cracking me up. The interviewer keeps telling him that there are no genetic differences between different people. He's looking around like he's being pranked. Yeah, 100%. Because this is a leftist ideology. They're a bunch of tards.
Different than white women.
Yes, they have different fertility.
You've said things like black women are biologically different than white women.
Yes, they have different fertility windows. They have a higher rate of fertility complications. 50%.
There's no scientific evidence to prove that a black woman and a white woman are genetically different, right?
Huh? Skin color. That's a genetic difference. Hair type. Genetic difference. Eye color. Are you effing stupid? Lip differences.
This is like,
what are you talking about?
Yeah. No.
Like literally, there are genes that code for their skin color. There are genes that...
Again, this is like government data. This is EMI, right? This is the National Institute of...
She rolls her eyes. Oh, this is government data. Fuck off. Dude, anybody that's been through science class in grade school knows there's genetic differences. But this is why, are they teaching kids this in school now? There's no genetic differences? That's it? It's just, how can you be this, get to this age and be this absolutely retarded? She is a retard. She's stupid. She makes Somalis look like friggin' Einstein if she thinks this is real.
Health, this is the American Medical Association, like there is no scientific evidence to prove that.
And that's a big problem, right? Because
this guy's looking around. There's no scientific evidence to prove that there's differences. Your own eyes, skin tone, even her. That lady on the right is very, very white and blonde hair. The chick on the left is more tan and ethnic and dark hair. Right there is genetic differences. You cannot, it just cannot be this stupid.
No, there's no scientific
and that's
evidence
why
for
I
things
asked.
like IQ differences. Black people are genetically different from other populations.
And I'll say that again. There is no scientific evidence to prove that, right?
Actually, there is. I could show you that if we had time, but there's actual scientific proof that there are. It's funny how we can talk about how black people are so much better at sports than white people. Tee. It's genetic. Genetically, black people are superior in sports. But we can't talk about that black people have more of a propensity for violence and a lack of self-control. We can talk about how Asians are so genetically superior to white people in intelligence. But you can't say white people are genetically genetically superior to anybody else. Weird how that is, isn't it? They pick and they choose and they ignore the rest. By the way, that is a fact, and yeah, I was reading about that because of this clip. There are reasons for not just sports differences, but the issues on police videos I see where they flip out and cannot control themselves and or can't say the word ask. Ask me. Yeah. You finna not ask me that? So yeah. There's differences, genetic differences. Sorry, everybody's got a strength. This chick she's got to be just blatantly. I can't even.
As people
No. I'm sorry. I'm stating. Do you want to ask an AI if there's scientific evidence to prove that?
No, I want to ask.
Hell no, she doesn't. She doesn't want the AI going. Yeah.
You're stating is just factually incorrect. Humans are genetically diverse. It's not a bad thing that humans are genetically diverse.
I'm not saying it's a bad or a good thing. I'm saying there is no scientific evidence.
Oh my God. She won't let it go. I'm not saying it's a good or a bad thing if we're diverse, but there's no evidence of it. Oh my. Just the fact of somebody with an intelligence of 200 compared to somebody with the intelligence of 60 is a genetic difference. Jesus Christ.
I'm saying that is a factual.
And he's saying that there is scientific evidence.
There is scientific evidence.
There
There's
is.
overwhelming scientific evidence. Basics. No. This is like saying the sky is not blue.
She will not accept it. She will not accept it.
Like, it is genes that code their skin color, right? Those genes are obviously different in them than they are in us. How is that not science? That's just like a basic fact. The genes that code their...
She is in her head right now going, la, 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 I see here nothing. La, 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 la.
Skin color, their level of melanin production are different from my genes that code melanin production.
And that's precisely why I was asking this question, because I think for some people that do believe, like you, that...
Believe? This guy, I understand why this guy is about to lose his shit. I understand it.
People are genetically different. That has historically been used to promote racial hierarchies, right? And that's why
we are genetically different.
So what
because
makes...
She's a retard. All right, Joel, isn't Khomeini some sort of religious leader? Yes. The Ayatollah Khomeini, yes. Don't they also have a president? He is a puppet. The Ayatollahs and the mullahs rule that country. Yes. But they do have a president, but he's under the Ayatollah. The Khomeini and mullahs are the power. It's like, figurehead. A lot of the people are saying they want the monarchy back. The king back in Iran. Hell, I know some people in the UK that are thinking the same thing. Isn't it weird? We are living in such a screwed up time. Actually, here, let me do this. We're not going to be on much longer, guys. I wasn't going to do another shut thing, but I am just dying. But we live in a time, guys, where, I crap you not, we are living in a time where there are a couple countries on the earth who got rid of kings, now want them back. That's how things have gotten. Right now, King Charles, God help me, King Charles seems to give more of a rat's ass about what his citizens and his people, his culture are than Parliament. All these asshats in the European Union that I thought they left, remember? So it is insane that we are seeing UK royalty and Iranian royalty seem to be in better touch with people. And I'm going to ask a quick question. Are we going to see the return, not to go Lord of the Rings on you, are we going to see the return of the king to power in more than one country? Just asking, because it seems like some countries have hit a wall. Some countries have hit a wall where they are, their governments have failed them heavily, or going against them even. And the king, the monarch, at least gives a rat's ass about the country. I don't know. Lord of the Rings had a king and everyone loved those movies. Yeah. Isn't that weird, Joel? But I'm just saying, it is scary. I mean, technically, the Charles is also the king of Canada. Oh, I know some Canadians hate that, but go look it up. You are still part of the Commonwealth, and the king actually still, it's in your own papers still, has the right to disband your parliament still. Maybe Charles needs to come back and take over the UK and take back Canada and fix that too. It's starting to be scary that we're looking at kings making more sense. You know, doesn't Jordan still have a king? And then Jordan doesn't seem to have much trouble, does it? Maybe not all kings are pricks. Like you said, Lord of the Rings had some good kings, right? I brought up Lord of the Rings before you did. Haha. Yeah. You did. I was talking, but yeah. Well, yeah, it's scary. That's the time we live in. We live in a time where Democrats get mad at Trump for not taking out dictators and getting mad at Trump for taking out dictators. We live in a time where people get mad at you for not driving a Tesla and getting mad at you for driving a Tesla. Yeah. We live in a time where, once again, kings seem to have people's best interest in heart more than the parliamentary governments do. Just saying. But, guys, I am probably going to get out of here. My voice is on the edge. I don't know. I had to use the restroom for a reason during the stream there because I'm drinking a lot of liquid to keep my voice going. But I did want to get back on here. I know it was my best stream. Actually, do I have a best stream? No, that's giving myself way too much credit. I am freaking tired. I'm going to be sleeping on the couch down here because the wife is very sick and I don't want to, one, catch it because my lungs do not need that, and two, I don't want to disturb her. So I'm going to go get a lot of her stuff ready for work in the morning so she can do as little as possible. I tried to get her to stay home today and she didn't want to, so okay. She works back in the back by herself. One time she's around her coworkers went at lunch, and today she ate lunch in her own area where she works. She's the head of her department, and she was working alone today, so she wasn't worried about spreading it, so I was like, okay. All right, guys, do me a favor. If you haven't, please hit thumbs up for the stream. Thank you for stopping by. Thank you for putting up with my coughing and doing things out of order, but I appreciate it. I don't know. We'll see how my voice is, if I can do another stream today. I'm hoping so. I don't know if I have to go out and help my dad or not. My dad was had some surgery yesterday, and he was having some stitches that were hurting him, so I may have to go out and help him, but we'll see how it goes. Until then, thank you very much. I appreciate it. I appreciate you hanging out. Joel, much appreciated. Rad, all the lurkers, I see you there. And even to the few of you on Rumble, much appreciated. Also, you can contact me. I am trying to get back into it. I haven't checked my email in a while, but lionsdenws6@gmail.com. I am also lionsdenws6 on X. And, of course, you can leave comments and anything you'd like me to address, topics here, or email them to me, and I might look at them. All right, talk to you guys later. Thank you very much. Have a good night, good morning, and stay healthy wherever you're at. Don't pick up any of the scurvy or roving death going around where you're at. It's not fun. All right, let's see. Yep, all my animals are out. Good. All right. Thanks a lot, Joel. Thank you, everybody else. Have a good night. And yes, I am horrible.